Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dying time is here again, and we're in the Iron Shack with Blood Bowl. We got the Thunder Nutz versus the Beast Friends. And here are the Thunder Nutz. This is their home stadium. It is Coach Vince Lombardi. It is a lovely day in this big cavernous place here. Is there ever not a lovely day? Especially when you have Dwarven Ale. I like that they're drinking in unison with the camera going by them. They are certainly getting ready for this game in the Dwarven way. And here we have the Beast Friends. They are coached by Husker Fan. And, well, they aren't in red, but that would be like the Nebraska Huskers. But they certainly look like the players. They do have boners, as you can see right along there. They've got those things. I think that's saying something about them compensating. Anyway, they're kind of like a chaos team. They're pretty strong and tough. They all have horns. And so, let's see who's going to have to kick it off and who's going to receive. I got Patches here with me, as usual, wondering why the hell I'm yelling at a screen. And it looks like that goblin has himself a pet as well. Alright, let's see how the dwarves get themselves set up here. They're getting, putting all their, looks like they're just going to do a straight line along the front there. And then the Beast Friends are going to, that's interesting, I don't even see anyone back from the dwarves. They're just all along the line, I guess, because they, know they won't be able to get up there otherwise. So they have a pyramid in the backfield and a straight line in the front. Let's see how this goes. It is a perfect defense. They are all set up. Oh, okay, the dwarves are going to be able to reset themselves, I guess, straight along that line. There's not a lot of changes they want to do. I guess after having seen what the others are doing, they're just going to get themselves in one big, long, straight line. Oh, that's interesting. They're going to, okay, well, I guess they're going to make themselves a little longer line in front of that Minotaur. Alright, let's take a look at this Chaos team. Tindakor moves up. You got Gishnagar, Leafagors. I think I've been called that before. Oh, and Leafagors cannot pick it up. He's going to try again. Oh, there he goes. He has a second try. Tattletale. It's like a Tattletale, kind of like Tattletale. I was called that in grade school. Alright. And the big thing, Kratagor. Forgive me, any of you Chaos Marauders who are... if I'm mispronouncing your words, I know, you Chaos Marauders are always very sensitive about people pronouncing your names correctly and spelling correctly. They're pushing through that Dwarven line, and like I said, they're very, very tough. Clawicor Grim. Actually, even though this is the Beast Friends' first game in this league, they're actually a very experienced team. They've been playing elsewhere. It's the first time that this player has been in one of these leagues. And his first time at Blood Bowl, too, except the fact that he is in training for this game. He just played this team a bunch. So anyway, Daus Denglamark, Maras Fagor. I think someone else had that name, didn't they? And Rickety Stairbrag. I've been called that, too. I think I've been called all of these names. When it comes to the Dwarf team, we'll take a look at their names. And, I mean, their abilities seem to be just basically, let's just be able to go in there and block things. Of course, having horns helps a lot. Oh, is that a picture of his crotch down there? Look at that. Dirty player. Oh, well, yeah, it is a picture of a crotch. Alright, so they're dirty players and they're dauntless. Alright, let's switch view and take a look at these dwarves. I guess we're against the sun here because they're all dark in the faces here, but... Alright. So let's go from... Oh! He's going to punch him in the face. Alright, this is going to be a good kind of fist fight in this one. Alright, Kingle McCringleberry, and he's actually moving around the flank there. Neoquist Dilward is going to move up there as well. Sagittarichu Jefferspin, I've been called that, although that is kind of closer to my name. Depez Poopsie. JR Juniors Jr. Oh, somebody's going at the ball. Oh, he went all the way up there. Mergatroid Skittle is... No, he's injured. That's not good. Let's see. He will... No casualty. He's not a casualty or anything. Just he's going to be taken out for a little bit. Alright. Oh, whoops. Alright, well, here, let's take a look through the players. Let's fit Grunky Peeps. Lindifer... Jedden Dunstan. Forgive me, all you dwarves out there, if I'm mispronouncing these names. A.A. Ron Blankley. And you think he wrote a book and started a religion. Oh, okay, well, it looks like they were getting up there close. The Beast Friends were getting up there close and fumbled the ball. And Langener Jedenston. Alright, so now the dwarves have a chance at the ball because it's close to them and it's been fumbled onto the ground. So he's going to punch him in the nuts. They're just at that right height. All right, now they're going to go after the ball. They're going to make their bid for it. They have. This was which one was this one? Nicholas Dilward was in the back. Oh, wow! That unfortunately switched to the opposite side. He probably ran out of time. This is a difficult one to sort of distinguish what you want to do. Either that or the Dwarves are just making that wall to make it harder for them to go, not expecting to be able to get the ball or anything. And, oh, maybe they were counting on this. They just punched that Minotaur in the nuts. Kratagor is injured. Now, with this particular, the player joins the substitutes. Okay, well, Kratagor is down for now. The Beast Friends have lost lost their big player, and so even though they are a tough and experienced team, this might actually go poorly for them on the half that is supposed to be their ball. The Dwarves, meanwhile, came in last in last season. They actually did well, but they usually tied was the problem. They just weren't fast enough to actually get that touchdown. And so they're looking for to make up for that last season. And they're spreading out a bit there. Dauntless. Oh, it looks like they're choosing not to go after the ball. Instead, just beating up. Maybe their strategy right now is just beat up or kill. The strategy is written on Ladinifer's back. Just kill. Oh! They're punching in the nuts again. It must be harder when they have those, like I said, they have their cod pieces are big boners, so that must really hurt. And I like how the Dwarves are like, there's a football game? We're just out here to punch people. Which, that's, most Dwarves I've known. Oh, yeah. Actually, he looks like the, I almost said the refrigerator, not the fridge. Forgetting, in Game of Thrones, the big guy. Alright, somebody going out for a pass, it looks like. What is it? Tallowtail is going to go out there to be able to catch it. And another Lefagors is getting out there. Does anybody have the ball yet? Oh, no, the Fagors has have it. Okay, he went around. I feel bad with saying that name because it really sounds like I'm saying something mean. Anyway, alright, well, now they've gotten the ball and they're making a run for the end zone there. And the Dwarves are going to have to go out after them, but the problem for the Dwarves is that speed issue. If they guessed wrong and they're on the wrong side of the field, they are not going to be able to make it to him. Alright, he reaches up, punches him in the face. Oh, I like the guy who's next to him with the green paint face. Looks like he's a fan. Alright, so he's going to get that guy out of the way. Say, you get out of the way so my other guys can go attack these guys. Dwarves are having to actually kind of double and triple up on their opponents because these Beast Friends are really tough. The Chaos Marauders. There was a game called Chaos Marauders where you basically built your army by playing these different cards, and it was these kind of guys. But of course they would attack each other too, because they're chaos. It is absolute chaos on the field as he hits him with his horns. Beastmen, that's right. I keep forgetting that's what their race is called. Ooh. Ooh, comes in with those horns. Yeah, that's the thing, is the Beastmen are going to be really really a force to be reckoned with in terms of charging, particularly with every time. Oh, here comes the pass, and it stumbles into the Dwarf's hand, into another Dwarf's hand, and onto the ground. It is a hot potato. Was that a spiky death ball or something? What the heck was up with that? And it's still scoreless at 5 and 6 points in, or 5 turns in into the first half. And we only have a little bit of time left. I guess it just is from everybody just wants to be, you can tell from the Dwarves, they just want to beat everybody up. They don't want to deal with the ball. It's like, ball, what ball? Who cares? Let's kill these guys. I mean, that could be a strategy, like injure and possibly kill as many as possible so in the second half you dominate the field. That makes them a force that nobody wants to play against because you're going to have your team injured in future games as well. So you really want to play one of these teams after they've played each other, or just after they've been. You want to play whoever was these guys' opponents right afterwards. Oh, gonna punch him and gonna punch him again. Oh, and he's gonna go. Oh, he's got block on him. Oh, nice. That is, which one is that one? Well, once this is done, Quackadelli is done. All right, which is this? Lenifer Jensen. Oh, I don't know where that turnover came from. Anyway, we're gonna have to keep an eye on him because he's a. Or do they all have block? Oh, they might all have block. All the Troll Slayers might all have that. I didn't think Troll Slayers had block. I thought they were just badasses. Alright, so they're getting into position to cover some of these dwarves. Oh, and they're going to beat them up. It seems like this is sort of the ass end of the field, though. I don't understand why they're making using up their blitz over on this side. I don't know how that guy sees, too. He must use the force. Use the force, Rickety. Who is this one? Douse. I don't know if anybody can quite make their... Okay, turn 6 over to the Thunder Nutz. Thunder Nutz have 3 turns to make it a touchdown. The Beast Friends have 2. This half may just come down to now just everybody trying to beat each other up. Tattletale is KO'd. Oh dear. Alright. Just sounds so much like Tattletale. It sounds like he has a big mouth. Alright. And here comes... Oh, that's right. The dwarves, a lot of the dwarves have block. There's the thing. I just thought that the... what do you call it? The Troll Slayers didn't. But yeah, dwarves in general typically have block. That's one of their advantages. Just can beat people around without falling down themselves. And they don't get beaten down themselves very much. Alright, going back... Gonna take that one down. Like I say, it is certainly a bar brawl, but no one's really getting that injured at the moment, so... I like those. I just noticed that his horns have those bright green things on them. Oh! Dwarf taken down. See, who is this guy who has Tindergar? Okay, I'll have to keep an eye on his... That's how we'll know which one he is. He has green paint on his face, too. He looks pretty good. And, yeah. The mountain. There's the word I was looking. There goes the mountain. I'm just going to call him the mountain. Ooh, and one of them tried to move. It got tripped. His hooves did not take him that fast. Now it's 107. The dwarves definitely will not be able to make a touchdown. It's just too far for them unless they can make a pass. So they are just going to beat up. Pretty much what they've been doing this whole time, just beat up on the Beastman. But they really haven't. Okay, he's stunned, but they really haven't been taking him out, which is the only benefit to this kind of a strategy. He was looking away, and he punched him while looking the other direction. He's that tough. Looks like he punched his foot there. Oh, did he go for... It looked like he was going for the ball, and then, psych! Nope, I ain't going for no ball. I'm just going to keep you from scoring. I don't care about getting the ball at this point. Oh, no, there we go. Sure Hands has it. What is his actual name? Hingle McCringleberry has the ball. He's sort of their star player at this point, I think. I remember him from last season was doing a lot of... he was the one who was kind of catching the most amount of notice. Oh, and now it comes to the Beastmen. Oh, they took down Dilward. Yep, put him into the stands where he is now getting the crap beaten out of him. Alright, no long-term effect, though. And... the Troll Slayer getting his wish. They are masochists who love this. Troll Slayer's like, yes! Ha 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 ha! Beat me down. I shall become more powerful. Lenifer Jensen is stunned. Oof. That'll knock your teeth out. Getting hit by one of those things. Oh, that was JR Junior Junior's Junior. Oh, now it is the twilight of the dwarves. They're just getting beaten down everywhere. Again, nobody's really paying much. Oh no, there was the ball. I didn't even notice when that went down. That was Hingle McCringleberry. That's right. And now we go to the last turn of the dwarves for the first half. This is the last, actually, turn of the first half period, so probably going to take a little bit of time just to see what they can do beating up the opponent for next half. Oh, or maybe he might actually pick up the ball. Let's see here. Alright, he's going to knock that Chaos Marauder out of the way. What is this, the Douse? Got Douse out of the way. And Sure Hands on his way down the field. Hingle McCringleberry. At least he's getting a little exercise there. Getting backed up by Mr. Kill, who falls flat on his back. DePez Poopsie laying down spread eagle on the field. And that'll end it for the first half. Let's bring out the cheerleaders here. Even though I don't know that these cheerleaders that they usually have, these human cheerleaders, would necessarily be attractive to the dwarves or to the beastmen. So it looks like they're not even going to have them. Oh, okay, all right. So dead and injured, they got one on dwarf side, and there was on the chaos side, and that's it. Okay, I guess they they usually have those cheerleaders, but makes sense. Neither of these sides would necessarily be that interested in human cheerleaders. And so the score is tied 0-0 as we start this one. The Beastmen are going to be kicking it off. They have a little bit of a... Oh, I was going to say they have a chaotic setup there, but yeah, not anymore. They're a little shameful for a chaos group because they're, very well organized, close to the front, but with a little bit of zone behind them. They're leaving their flanks pretty wide open, so the sides are pretty wide open. Dwarves, though, won't be able to exploit that very much because they're not particularly fast. There's a perfect defense, so they're going to be able to set up while we look at what the dwarves have. Dwarves are more chaotic. They don't have their full line. They got a little 3 here, 2 here, and then 2 kind of randomly placed there, and then the pyramid that is not very well. So, it's the dwarves are kind of taking the place of the chaos there. They're going, that's a chaotic. You call that a chaotic defense? This is a chaotic defense. And now, actually, the Beast Friends have lined themselves all along that line, knowing that the dwarves are going to have to push their way through, so they might as well be as close as they can. And now they're going to run back for that ball. It is way behind them. They were not very well organized at the beginning of this, but the Beastmen did leave that flank open, so they are not being covered. And it looks like they're going to go send enough people back to create a defensive perimeter around McCringleberry here. Oh, Mr. Sure Hands, who failed with his sure hands. Well, they didn't really serve him very well there, did they? Alright, and here come the Beast Friends. And the wild animals, no, I'm staying right here. I'm pretty comfortable, thank you very much. He's like, yeah, sure. You call that a hit? Come and get me. Yeah, that's a hit. See, that's what I picture, what do you call it? Troll Slayers saying, because they're masochists, so I can just see them going, hit harder, hit me. No, don't hit me harder. I'm not a troll slayer. Oh, Mr. No Face there. All right, here we go. That's the one saying, come on, hit me, hit me. Oh, you call that a hit? I barely feel it. You barely touch me. See, somebody took out my... Oh! Okay, there we go. That was pretty good. I like the orcs that are playing their drums behind them. And here they come charging in. Oh, going right at the ball over there. So you're gonna have Tallowtail and Ras Fagor and this other one, Teddegor or whatever. Those 3 will be going after the ball while the rest of them will just be beating up dwarves. We'll see if this half is as much of just beating each other up, or if they'll all be actually going for the ball more. Alright, there we go. It looks like more people are going for the ball. There's the sure hands. That worked much better. Now he's going to move up here, and they're going to have to create some kind of box around him. However, this one, Life Forgore, fell just to the right place, because that way the dwarves can't protect themselves there. Oh! And is a mutual fall down. Doused Engelmark is stunned, but the other dwarf lost it for them. Now it's going to go over to the Beast Friends at an unopportune time. And there goes Life Forgore's up, but he's not going to go after the ball carrier. The trio there are going to knock down, or knock aside this guy, but they're not actually going to knock him down yet. There goes, alright, going a little bit at the ball carrier. There, so they've got him covered. Now they have him covered from 2 or 3 angles, and they're hitting him with the horns. That's going to hurt. Yeah, he's going to feel that. Oh, and goes into a Beastman's hands. Goes into another Beastman's hand. He can't hold on to it. Goes into that Beastman's hand. He can't hold. It just keeps going. They're just passing in between each other. And into the dwarf's hand. And out of his hands. In finally onto the field. Nobody can hold it. It is a spiky death ball, by the way. It's got all those spikes on it. That was used to be called the spiky death ball. Oh, and there the Troll Slayer's getting his wish. He's like, yeah, beat me harder, baby. Ooh, Minotaur right in front of him. Sagaturut Jefferspin is KO'd as he is knocked out. So he will be out of the rest of this game. Oh, Ricket Stairbringer is injured. Alright. And now the dwarves get it. Well, they get the, it's their turn now, and they're going to have to figure out what the heck just happened. Oh no, okay, Thunder Nut's turn. Alright. I thought something happened there. Looks like Jared Jr.'s is going after Tattletale. And he's going to get... Oh, he knocks him unconscious. I like the bell rings right there. He rang his bell alright. Alright. And a good move. He got closer to the ball there. And he's going to knock down this one. At least knock him out of the way. Oh, unfortunately, in this maneuver here, what Quackadabilly Bip did, he knocked him into that one's... Oh! He knocked him into his field, so it was going to make... Okay, there we go. Now he got... Now here, I'm going to pause for a second. What was concerning is this Beastman was over here, a little further away, and when Quackadabilly Blip hit him, it caused him to go into the range field of Marmadoon Shazbut. Shazbut maybe could have gone after the ball, but he got into his zone of control. But then again, there was still that guy over there, so he wouldn't have been able to without getting attacked. And over here, Grunky Peep has gone after the ball, has managed to get away. But it goes over to the Beast Friends, because all the dwarves have moved. Knocking them around a bit more. There isn't a lot more to commentate on some of this. It literally is just sort of a boxing match. I think one day some of these will actually get to the game, but these guys, it's kind of like the dwarf stands up and the other one punches him down. It's kind of like they're a mutual enjoyment there. The Troll Slayer's like, hit me. The other guy's like, okay, and he just he's gonna get up, go into him again. No, he's just gonna stand up. All right. Get up, stand up, get beaten up. Okay, gonna get rid of that one get him out of the way. See, I think one of the things too is the dwarves are afraid to move for fear that the beastmen will trip them or stop them or keep them from getting the ball. Oh, here we go. Okay, there's Sure Hands again. It's Sure Hands McCringleberry. That's what I'm going to call him. It's Sure Hands McCringleberry. This is about the only dwarf with very much agility here on this team. I guess I have two of them, That was a bad turnover. That's the risk you take when you're trying to brawl a lot. All of them are getting up, shaking it off. And he goes after the ball carrier, and he's got him. We're about halfway through the second half here, and still no score. And the ball's going to go loose. Oh, it goes into the dwarf. Oh, almost. McCringleberry is down, and the ball almost went into J.R. Jr.'s hands and then fell to the ground. Oh, gonna kick him right in the face and then do a ballet dance and land on his face. I've seen a ballet like that. It was called the Jawcracker. Alright, come to the dwarves again. Oh, now, okay, at long last, this troll slayer that's been over here, he's like, wait a minute, the guy who's beating me up left. Where'd you go? Where'd you go, old man? I want to get beaten up. You're not done beating me up yet. He's like, I took care of him for you. But I wanted him to beat me up. Oh, yeah, that was good. I felt good. He beat me in the back. They just are so dedicated to just doubling up on these guys and beating them up. Greshnor is KO'd. I really wish I was the people playing one of these dams afterwards, because they're just all about beating each other up. Oh, and the ball lands right next to one of the beast friends. The dwarf went for it. He slipped. The ball went flying out of his hands. Actually, it looked more like one of the beastmen grabbed him by the pants and flipped, gave him a wedgie and flipped him. Which actually, to be fair, a Husker fan would do. Alright, and who has the ball? Leggy Antler is going in. He goes all the way. It is a touchdown, beast friends. Their big guy has gone. Leggy Antler has gone into the touchdown, and he's giving his victory celebration. Good job for them. There's those cheerleaders I was talking about earlier. Now, okay, obviously there's a reason why certain ones of us are enjoying this, but I'm not quite sure why either of the dwarves or the beastmen would be particularly crazy about that. All right. So the dwarves are just they're staying knocked out. Looks like the beastmen are staying knocked out. This is one where everybody is just getting knocked out cold, and it's a game of attrition. But we are at turn 14, so there isn't a lot of time, especially for dwarves, to get down across that field. And now the beastmen are making a line with only a few in reserve in the back, and the dwarves have just sort of left themselves. I think that they've kind of given this one up. There's a quick snap. Oh, all right. So the dwarves are going to be able to reposition themselves. Looks like one of their sure-hand players is going to actually receive the ball. It's going to be J.R. Jr. Oh, even with his sure hands, they cannot hold on to it. Oh, they just hand it right on over to the... Oh, okay, so it goes back to him. All right, that's pretty funny. It's a jumped through all those hands, went over to the Minotaur, and that's considered a touchback. So it's a touchback because the dwarves couldn't hold on to it. All right, and they get the first hits in, and they're going to try to move along the right. They're going to run for it. They might actually make it if they can actually just run far enough. The problem is going to be if they, it's going to be the slippage. Going to have the fight along, the whole brawl along the middle. But we will see if they can carry it along the right side, if they can go fast enough. Oh, and that's the danger they are running, is when they run that extra distance, going for it could cause them to slip. And he slipped right in front of a Minotaur there. The Minotaur could step on him at any moment, at any time. Here comes the Minotaur. Again, the brawl in the center is going to... it's not going to be completely decisive. The whole thing is going to be, just determining on what's going on the right. But there is going to be this fight in the center that will determine who gets to have some figures cleared up. And oh, and by the way, Opez Popsy is stunned. He went falling back. So it looks like the Beast Friends have won that brawl on center. So now they're going to have some extra players on that side, which the Dwarves kind of needed to win that so that they could, not so much that they could have the extra players on the right side making that run with them, but so that the Beastmen wouldn't have theirs. And here he comes with his horns, gonna knock back that player. In fact, gonna knock him down and get right in front of the ball carrier, and that's gonna make it difficult for the Thundernuts to continue forward. Oh, he's not gonna move forward. Okay, but still, they're sort of boxed in there, so it's gonna be kind of difficult for them. And they're gonna continue the brawl in the center. And here comes the Troll Slayer. And he's just going to knock him back a little further. So now, unfortunately... reroll. Okay, there we go. So Thundernuts almost had... You know, there's one thing, is they... because the Beast Friends had more experience, the Thundernuts got some inducements at the beginning, and they got a lot of rerolls. Oh, and they're taking some long chances there. And there, that long chance in that case did not work. The Dwarves kind of have to, because they're a little bit desperate. So they're taking these chances to run for it, even when they are being covered, and that did not pay off for them this time. Oh, but they've had a reprieve because the Beast Friends tried to do a maneuver and got spanked for it. So it comes back to turn 16. Unfortunately, though, that last turn did kind of kill them because now is the last turn for the Dwarves, and they will not be able to make that distance. They will not be able to make it into the end zone, so they can just get some revenge hits in on them. See if they can get pretty far. It was a good hit. However, now he has just blocked that road. He can't go straight ahead, and he has somebody in front of him to the right, so it's going to be hard for him to get around. I guess he could weave in and out of them there. Yeah, there we go. Now he's going to weave. He's going to run for it. He's going to go for it, and going for it has caused him to slip, fall on his back, and with him the chance at the Dwarven victory. That's sad for the Dwarves, but now we're going to go to the Beast Friends for them just to finish up this game. And they're going to try to finish it up by slipping by somebody and get tripped. So there you have it. That's the end of the game. It is a Thundernuts 0, Beast Friends 1. There were no deaths on either side. 10 armor breaks on the side of the Dwarves, 7 on the side of the Beast Friends. Let's look at these statistics here. As you can tell, Thundernuts had the ball more, but couldn't quite get it into the end zone there. And in fact, the Beast Friends got their touchdown when stealing it from the Thundernuts. Let's take a look at... Oh, there were actually more KOs on the Beast Friends side than the Thundernuts. That's true, I suppose it does make sense. The Dwarves do have pretty good armor on them. It's more that the Beastmen are good at offense. Alright, so are good at, not offense, but knocking someone down, like going after somebody rather than getting hit. Alright, Thundernuts, Hingle McCringleberry's gotten some good experience, along as well as Rickety Starebag. You have Leggy Antler, who got the touchdown, has gotten 3. Quackadaily Blip and Grunky Peep have each gotten 2. The MVPs on both sides. You have Hingle McCringleberry, who's, having a celebratory drink. And Ricket Starebag. Well, you really wouldn't want to be having a stare off with that guy because you wouldn't know when he blinked. Well, that'll do it for us here. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to subscribe to see the rest of this season. This was the end of Round 1 for all the games on Round 1. So we will be going on to Round 2 in the next one. Happy gaming, everybody!